Alright guys, it's Tuesday, I think it's the 21st of December, and yesterday we treated a few goats. We run them through, just a few that we wanted to check on, and I treated my Savannah buck that I have, and now I went out this morning just to check on everything, and he's sick. I'm not sure what it is. So I'm not sure if it's Listeria or if it's goat polio. I'm probably leaning more toward the Listeria maybe, but we're going to take him to the vet and get him treated. So this is one of those things, you've got your day planned out, and bam, something changes that. So all farming is not fun, it's not easy. There's always taking care of animals, and you need to have a good relationship with your vet. So I'm going to load the goat tote, we're going to get him ready and take up there. We're on the way to the vet now. So the goat is definitely got some neurological symptoms. He's blind and he's grinding his teeth, and that is a sign of pain for goats. And the pain comes from the swelling inside the brain, or inside the cranium or the skull. It's an increase of intracranial pressure which causes that pain. And it's usually one of two things, and most of the time you're not sure, but you just treat for both of them. And those two disorders are Listeria and goat polio. Listeria is a bacterial infection, kind of like a meningitis in a person is the best way I can explain it or talk about it. And the bacteria actually comes out of the soil. It's there and they get it. Goat polio comes from a lack of thiamine in the blood, and that usually is from a change in diet. Load them up on grains or feeds and no long fibers, and because of the lack of those fibers, it causes the bacteria in the gut not to work, and then if the bacteria is not working, then they're not producing that thiamine needed for the brain to function correctly. So that one usually is easier. The goat polio usually is easier to treat than the Listeria, but because the symptomology is so close or almost the same, most of the time you treat for both of them. You use IV antibiotics, IV thiamine, probably will give him some pain medicine, some Banamine, and that's an anti-inflammatory as well, help with that pain. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. This is a breeding buck that we went to Indiana and bought from Chris Luton, so we're going to take it to the vet and do everything we can for it. So yesterday he was fine. He actually ran into our little catch pen area, and we run him through the chute, treated him, let him out, and he ran after us, you know, out through the field with the girls again like normal. So I don't know what happened when it happened. I just know I went by to check on everything, like I always do when I'm off during the day. And he was just sitting by himself away from the herd, and I knew he just didn't look right. Things didn't look right. That my gut feeling said, you know, he just doesn't look right. So I stopped and walked right up to him, and usually that's not the case with him. We'll see what happens. We'll get to the vet. Not sure how much we can show when we get into the vet. Not sure how comfortable they'll be to let us see that or talk with them about it, but we'll keep you up to date on how things are going. Okay, well, we just put the goat inside. They didn't really want a lot of filming inside the vet hospital, and I understand that completely. Not everybody's comfortable with that, but the vet agreed that it's something neurological. You know, we're not sure if it's Listeria or goat polio or exactly what it is, but we put the goat in a stall. They're going to keep it overnight, start some IV, give some IV antibiotics, some thiamine, pain medicine, and do some blood work and see what they can figure out for sure. So now we just wait and hope that it gets better, hope that it makes it. So this is farming. This is the stuff that you don't always see. This is the aggravating part. This is the part that you always wonder, did you do something wrong? Could you have done something better? Is there something wrong with my farm? Why is it happening? It's all those things. So anyhow, just
Howdy. How are y'all? Good.
A little faster than he was.
Yeah, he is.
Good.
We're doing pretty good. Just, you know, being a goat.
So what do you think was the matter with him?
I'm not sure. I didn't look at his case too much. I've been gone except for today out on the farm. I'm not sure. Oh, that's fine. But I know he's doing well. He ate for us real good last night and this morning. I appreciate it. You're welcome.
So we've got him loaded up now, and the doctor said he really wasn't sure what was the matter with him. They just kind of did the shotgun approach, which to me means they just back up and treat for everything. He's eating good now. His blindness seems to improve. He's actually standing, walking, fighting a little bit to be loaded. Okay, so we got him loaded up. We're going to go home. We'll unload him, let you see him when we get him home, and talk a little bit more about what, you know, how you watch for this kind of stuff and what you need to be looking for. Just like the vet said inside when he was in school, which he said he's 80 years old, they said that a turkey and a goat was born looking for a place to die. So being a goat farmer is not an easy task, but you got to take care of them and learn when to get them treated, when to treat them yourself, and when you need to take them on and get a vet to take care of them. So let's get home, get him unloaded. So we're on day 4 now of our buck being sick. I've got his last shot of his antibiotic that we got from the vet, new floor. I got to give him 3 cc's IM, which is intramuscular. So let's go in here and see how he's doing. We've got him in the barn, got him some fresh hay and some water. He was doing a little better yesterday, still having a few of the neurological symptoms. Wasn't seeing so great yet, but that will correct itself. And the hay and the long fibers is so that they can start the ruminant process in his gut. When the bacteria breaks down that hay or those hay fibers in the gut, then they start to produce the thiamine, which is needed to help if it's a goat polio. So we've got the good right food and plenty of water, fresh water. So let's go in and check on him, see how he's doing, see if we can see him on the camera. Hey, buddy. I think he's actually seeing a little better now. He's up and standing a lot better. He's been eating well. That's the main thing. He is eating, he is drinking, and he's getting better every day. So we're day 4, like I said, on this. The vet, just like we said earlier in the video, just kind of shotgun approached it. He wasn't sure exactly what was going on. He gave him antibiotics, he gave him thiamine. Nuflor's a pretty strong antibiotic, gave him some IV fluids, kept him overnight a couple days and kept him in some fluids. He's definitely not 100%. I wouldn't say he's out of the woods completely yet, by no means, but he's at least getting better. We're hoping that he does pull through. I'm thinking that he's made it this far. He may pull through with it. So I got to give him his last shot of antibiotic, and we will see how that goes. The main thing I want you to get out of this video is, number one, you need to pay attention to your animals. You need to visit them every day. Goats are not an easy animal always to keep alive, and they'll be fine one day and then sick and down the next, and that's exactly what he was. He was fine the day before we found him, but you need to pay attention to your animals. You need to know them, and you need to know the signs that they're not doing well. He was just away from the entire herd. He was laying by himself and walked up to him and he didn't get up, so it was obviously something wrong with him. And number 2 is you need to have a good vet to work with. Now there's some things that you need to learn to take care of yourself, but there's some things you need to know that as soon as you see them, you need to take them to the vet and get them treated. Anything neurological like he had, where it was hard to stand, wouldn't walk, couldn't see, gnawing his teeth or chewing his teeth because he was in pain, those are things that a vet needs to take care of, and they need to be taken care of fast. You don't need to wait till tomorrow, because the longer you wait, more than likely the less % chance you have of them pulling out of it. So have yourself a good vet. Do some research and studying on what goat disorders and goat diseases are, and try to do the best for your animals that you can. As always, guys, we'll do it all again tomorrow, and hopefully he'll still be around. We think he will.